Action. We went to New York, we were 17 years old. We went to attend Parsons School of Design, which is a fashion school, which we did actually a summer course because we were out-of-state students.
It was kind of like a sample test to see if you wanted to enroll in the school full-time.
As being out-of-state students from Canada, the intuition was double. So we didn't, at the time, we didn't have enough money, and we went back to Canada, Toronto, and we got a job working for one of the largest companies in Canada, and that took us 6 years. We worked there for 6 years, and then after those 6 years, we came to Italy.
When we arrived in Milan, we were two non-Italian speaking boys with no place to live, no work, no job.
A little bit of money in our pocket, but not too much.
Not a lot. And we actually ended up renting out an attic from a friend. And before we were getting a job, we made sure we went to see every show we could see. It was Fashion Week when we got here. We were absolutely complete fashion fans.
Freaks.
We got ourselves into...
We managed to get in the front row at every show and at the VIP at every party. And some other friends of ours were like, you know, we've seen you at every front row and every VIP party.
Who the hell are you? Nobody. I think we have a good social networking, and we just meet people, and bit by bit, we just started doing what we could do, and we just did a bunch of stuff. And
we were styling. We hooked up with a photographer, so we were styling test shoots for models, and then we styled
some fashion shows for other designers, and then we did some small collections for Italian companies, but no big names. And then we did some promotions, parties, everything that we could do to earn a buck. We came here to be designers, and we're kind of losing track.
Let's get back on track.
And we took all the money that we had, and we made our first little collection called Dsquared. And we named it Dsquared.
Why?
Because we named it Dsquared because we didn't want to burn our names out on our first try.
You only get one chance with your name. And seeing as we wanted to launch a collection that was menswear and not women's wear, which was our history, because we needed clothes to wear for ourselves, there was a void in the market. We said, okay, let's,
conjugate something that means us two.
Two creative forces working together in perfect harmony. Dan, mathematical, it is
D
to the power
of 2.
Dan,
D squared. There doesn't exist a fashion system in Canada, unfortunately. And now it's getting a lot better, but when we were young, hungry fashion boys, there was 2 leading manufacturing companies. We happened to work for one of them. There wasn't a lot of young designers that kind of really didn't exist.
Which production was in Hong Kong at the time. So it really was, we're Italian, like our father's Italian, so we had this hair culture. We had been to Europe and Italy a few times, and we knew that's where we wanted to be produced. If you want to do something on an international level, you have to go to an international city. If you want to be an actor, you go to Los Angeles, you're not going to go to Poland. So we decided it's time to get out of Canada and go to where it is a fashion capital.
Canada was our launching pad. We got our experience, got our knowledge there. We learned on the Canadian soil. We learned our mystery, and we learned our mystere. Sorry, in English.
Our trade.
We learned our trade in Canada, and then when we felt it's strong enough doing it there, we took the chance to move somewhere else, which was definitely Europe.
The next level.
Yeah, we miss it every day, and I think that's why we kind of keep it very present and very close around in our collections, in the way we think and the way we work and what we enjoy about life.
It's who we are and what we represent, really, and what keeps us unique in
our field.
In this field. I think the man that took a chance on 2 19-year-old boys in Canada who gave us the opportunity without schooling and trained us on hands-on training was the only one that really took a chance or gave a shit.
And that man was Luke Tanabe. He was the owner of Ports International in the time, the company that we worked for in Canada. We worked for him for 6 years, then he sold the company and we decided to move to
So it was our cue to leave.
When we were very small children.
I mean, big.
Yeah.
I think fashion is it's not something you really choose. It's something that grows inside you. It's and then as you mature, it kind of grows with you, and it really has to be a passion. It's not a job. It's a 24-hour day. It doesn't stop. It's continuous, and either you love it, live it, and need it, or
And I think also being born on Canadian soil and being born in a modern family,
challenged.
There was more of a want. I mean, we wanted something that wasn't ready available. We wanted fashion. It wasn't available in Canada. We wanted to dress a certain way, and we weren't able. So I think the lack of was the reason we really strived to obtain it.
Honesty. I think we started with menswear because there was the void, and really I think what we do comes from within. It comes from our heart. We're not pretending to design clothes for somebody that we don't know. We're designing clothes that we want and need and wear. And we find out many times is when you do something that's honest and true to your heart, there's a lot of other people out there that think the same way. So I think it's real.
And I think when we're doing our job and we're analyzing our job, we'll ask ourselves a lot of questions. I think, why am I wearing this? What do I like about this? What do I need? What do I don't need? Why do I choose this over that? And I mean, if you can answer those questions and it also helps you to develop and to understand what things are working, what things aren't working. And I mean, it's just a communication thing. And I think being twins, we communicate 24 hours a day. And it's just always information. And it's just a positive ball that keeps rolling and getting bigger and bigger, and ideas just keep getting...
We're pretty fortunate to be in two. I mean, it's kind of the mental conversation one single person would have with themselves, but you can actually hear somebody talking back to you. So it's I think if there's any fortune that we do have, it was being born twins.
Madonna. Yeah, Madonna was our very first one, and actually probably one of the most important ones that we ever had. And yeah, she blew us off her feet because, for one, it's not...
She was the first one.
And we were huge fans, so it was something of a complete honor. And
it might have been easier if it started with Paula and Chiara. But
yeah, it might have been easier. So we were really nervous, and it was really difficult for us. But I mean, we got it together. We pulled it together, and we tried to please her and tried to, accommodate her needs. And it was a great learning experience. She's a very intelligent woman. She's a very precise. She knows her industry inside and out. She knows what she needs.
We learned a lot.
And she was a great teacher for us. I mean, she was our first star, our probably hardest star to please, but the star that we probably learned the most from. Troubles, I wouldn't say. I would just say all of them were learning experiences, but like I'll say again, I think we learned the most from her because she was the first one, and you realize when you're doing costumes for a stage or for their costumes.
And she said, listen, okay, if the person in the front row will be able to see that this shirt is leather, but why I love this shirt that you made for me is because the shoulders are puffy like that, so the people up in the balconies will see, okay, they know that's, she's doing the kind of thing, they see a silhouette, and on stage, a silhouette is very, very important because that's what they're leaving.
And it tells a lot about what you're doing. I mean, our scene we did for her in the Drown World Tour was cowboy. So she said, well, why would you put some guys in slim jeans and some guys in flare jeans? They should all have flare jeans. The statement is cowboy, flare, shoulders, cowgirl, rodeo girl, and those are she was correct. I mean, she had it down, and
she knows what she's talking about.
We learned.
I think because as the world evolves and changes, there's the balance between the communication between music and fashion. The gap is bridging very quickly because there's videos, there's so much more than just radio kind of as a medium. There's so many visuals, and visuals go hand in hand with fashion.
And visuals and fashion go hand in hand with style and image. And so I think these people on a certain level want a certain image and want to portray something that's important.
It's not just about their voice anymore, it's about their image.
There's a 360-degree message, and so you have to have it all covered. You can sing really great, but you got to look really great too. I think we have a great connection with music because I think a lot of the time, Rihanna put it best, she's like, the people that listen to my music are probably buying your clothes, so we help each other. I guess, I mean, winning awards and getting prizes and stuff, I think we have to say that the most honorable one, or the most
touching one had to be from Canada's Walk of Fame. We were just inducted this year, and what that means is that they make a star on the side, like in Hollywood, with our name in the side, and that will last forever. It's coming from our country to us. We're the first designers in all of Canada to receive this. We're there besides Celine Dion, Bryan Adams, lots of amazing Canadian talent. And there's only 100 of them so far, 120 to be correct, I think. 120. We're the 121st star on the sidewalk, which will live long past the years that we're here. And it acts as an inspiration for young Canadian kids to think that, there's no
everything's possible.
No mountain high enough. Reach for the top.